Hey folks, in this video I'm going to introduce you to Icarus, a new character built on Billy 2.0. And the cool thing about Icarus is that he is very similar to Cupid in appearance. So with Valentine's Day coming up, you can use Icarus, modify him a little bit, and turn him into a nice Cupid character for your Valentine's Day seasonal stuff. But he is based on a Greek legend. So you can in fact use the character for other purposes aside from just the Valentine's Day stuff. Let's see, apparently lunch is being served. I'll have to take care of that in a minute. Let's take care of this video first. Alright, so let's take a look at Icarus and some of the features that it comes with. Of course, Icarus comes with a bunch of arrows. 7 arrows in total. One of them doesn't have an arrowhead because I want to be able to let you guys choose what to put on there. So if you have a graphic or something or a tip that you want to use for your arrows, feel free to just add your own tip to it and animate that way. But I do have these other 6 arrows that you can kind of use for whatever purposes you see fit. If you're going to create your own Cupid character, we have a little one with a heart on it. It's nice and cute. The cool thing about the wings, the wings are pre-rigged so that they have multiple states. Now let's take a look at the action menu by right-clicking on these wings. You can see that we have your 0 degree, 45, 90, 135, 180, and so on. I have pretty much 3 states for every angle you could possibly want, and a state for. So let's say we're working with the 0 angle, which switch it to the stop state, which is basically putting the wings down. I'm going to Control Z my way out of there. And now let's take a look at the fly state, which is basically an animation. Alright, so this particular animation you can loop, let's see here, to create all sorts of fancy schmancy animated sequences. So here we have, let's say we want to start with the wings in the down position, then we switch to fly, and then maybe we want the wings to just pause in the open state, which we just go to the start thing. We adjust it. So they're down. Now they're flying. And then they just stay there. Or maybe we just want to close them now. Stop. Alright. So you can do that. If your character is at a different angle, like for example a 90-degree angle, just find the 90-degree states. Here you have your start 90-degree, then you have your stop 90-degree, and you have your fly 90-degree. Alright, so it's a very versatile little prop that you can use on your character. And it's not that hard to work with. Just right click on it, select the state you want to do it, use, and just let it go. So in this case, let's switch to the start state. I can attach it to the torso of Icarus. So now we have, I want to make sure it's attached. So now we have, a character with wings. Now, of course, whenever I turn this character around, those wings are not going to stay there, consistent because of the fact that it is a prop. And that's really the only way to make this happen. But let's say that your sequence takes place at this angle, for example, the 90-degree angle. All you have to do is select it and go to the 90-degree start, okay, it switches the angle, you know, and you just kind of place it there, you know. So now you have your character at a 90-degree with the wings at 90-degree, so it's perfectly functional. Now, so those are the wings, and I think they're pretty cool. Now, the thing that's really going to blow your mind, and one of the things that I'm most proud of this particular character, is the fact that he is holding a bow on his right hand, and no matter what angle you choose to display, he's always going to have a nice steady grip on that bow. Let's go into the 3D editor here, and let's bring out the arm, and let's twist this arm. Notice that no matter how the arm is rotated, he maintains a consistent grip on that bow. So that definitely beats just having a random prop that you can attach to a hand, and the hand not looking real, like it's gripping the item realistically. So this particular bow has a really nice grip on the object, and it doesn't really matter what angle you choose, that grip is going to maintain its consistency. So I think a lot of people are going to like that. Now, the thing about animating a bow and arrow inside of Crazy Talk is that it's not a very easy, intuitive thing. You know, we can't just take this bow and animate the string. Okay, there's workarounds that we got to do. So another feature of this is that if you do want to animate this character shooting an arrow, for example, I came up with this little workaround. And basically, if you go to the character and select the render style, we can turn off the outline, which effectively gets rid of that string. So for sequences where this character is just walking around or jumping or doing whatever, you can keep that outline enabled so you can see the string there. But on a sequence where this character is going to shoot an arrow, what you will do is that you'll hide the string, and you'll take this little prop that I came up with. It's basically just a string prop with two handlebars, this little green things. You place the big circle in the spot where the string is going to originate from. Just adjust it. You know, adjust the length any way you want it. I'm going to also duplicate it. And place it right there. So now I can take this prop, attach it to my bow or attach it to my hand. Take that one, also attach it to the hand. And what I can do is I can animate this string independently. So I can create animations that, let's just kind of, let's just kind of do this just for testing purposes. So, you know, you have animations where you can actually animate the string actually being pulled and shooting arrows. So that's kind of cool. And the handles are there just to make it easy for you to grab this prop, because it's very thin and not easy to do it by itself. So when you're ready to publish your content, your movie, all you have to do is select the prop, go into the prop composer, and you hide everything, but you re-enable the line and go back out. That way you have your line, but without the dots. Alright, you hide everything and re-enable that line. So now you have that type of sequence there with the animated line, but not the green handlebars. So that should allow you to perform sequences where you can actually shoot arrows. So okay, so now let's take a look at how to assemble Icarus, because he is a mod pack, and I do make available a pre-assembled version of Icarus. So if you want to be able to just drag and drop them from the main characters tab, that character is available for the same price as the Billy base character, because he's already pre-assembled and he does come with the rest of the parts that make up the base character, and you'll be able to use him as a base character for other characters instead of relying on the original Billy 2.0 base model. But anyways, that's just for convenience purposes. I honestly don't even recommend that you get that particular version. The version that I do recommend is the mod pack, because it's a lot cheaper. You're only paying for the new parts that you need in order to create this character. So let's start with Billy 2.0. Let's drop them into the stage, and then we're going to switch over to the character composer panel. Okay, so in the character composer mode, basically we're going to go into the head section, and let's look for, let's see here, let's look for the hair, Sinistar. There's Icarus. We could just double click on that. Now, you are not married to these parts, okay? These are your characters. You build your characters any way you want. So if your version of Icarus doesn't use pointy ears, then just continue using the default ears that are already inside a part of the Billy base character. In this case, I do want him to look a little bit more elf-ish. So we're going to go for, let's see here, face. We don't have any new face. We'll have ears. There we go. Go into the Sinistar folder. There's Icarus ears. We just apply the ears to the character. Now with the ears, it's highly recommended that you give your character a quick look over, make sure everything's right. So for example here, this ear needs to be brought to the top, and you can either leave it there or you can adjust it a little bit. I mean, this is totally up to you. I mean, this is your character. You build them any way you like. So we just kind of adjust it a little bit. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. And just kind of layer that on top there. Maybe move this a little bit that way. All right, that seems about right. So now let's take a look at, he doesn't have any new facial features. He uses the same old facial features as the original Billy character. So let's change his upper body, and let's go into the body tab, select upper, Sinistar, there's Icarus. And let's go for the lower body, Sinistar, there's Icarus. And I'm not going to use any shoes on him because, you know, he's a mythological character. And he's barefooted, and for the most part he'll fly anyways. So let's see here. I mean, I can apply some of the props within this character composer mode if I wanted to, but you'll have better results, I think, if you just, you know, apply them as needed. Oh, also, we go to the hands, and here's the Icarus hands. So let's apply that. And there we go. So now we have our nice character. We'll give him a quick look over, just kind of check out all the angles, make sure we don't have any weird layering issues. You can test it if you like, you know, do a rough calibration test. So far, so good. All right, so the only thing left to do now is just to add the additional props and color him. So let's go ahead and color him using Billy's original presets as a starting point. So we'll go to Scene, Sinistar. Here's Billy, color. Okay, so we'll go into the presets section. And see, this is the part where you're creating your own custom character any way you like. Okay, you're not bound to what I wanted originally. You know, you create your character the way that you want to create them. So let's say this character is going to be more of a green fairy type character. So here's his eyebrows. Okay, then we're going to use the eyes. Let's try some purple eyes. How about the hair color? Let's do white hair. You know what? Let's create a very creepy looking character here. So he's got white hair, and for the eyes, we can give him the demon eyes. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. We need some lip colors. We'll use the A2 for the skin. Well, let's do the nails. Let's also do the A2, and let's do the overall skin. Let's do a A5 maybe. That's kind of creepy. So there is your version of Icarus. You know, you're free to customize your character any way you like, and you can use any of the hairstyles from the other characters. You can use props and items, anything that's compatible with Billy 2.0. You'll be able to make use of and even create your own custom characters as a result. So if you don't have the starter pack, the Billy 2.0 starter pack, and you just got the standalone base model, you can still recolor all your items using the render style panel. You just happen to have all the items here. So let's say you want to change the color of the skin for the upper torso. You know, you can change it from here as well. So you don't need to have the starter pack with all the presets and stuff. You can just use the manual approach with the render style panel. So now that we have our Icarus character pretty much fully assembled, the only thing that's missing is a couple of props. I mean, you don't have to use the wings. The wings are just as an optional set of props. But here are the wings. And in the arrows folder, you'll find the quiver. So, you know, you can use, you might want to adjust the size of that. So if you just want like an elf type creature, you know, in this case, without the wings, you know, we apply the little quiver to him, attach it. Oops. Let's see if I can select that, attach it, and there we have, oh. And then we have a character, like an elf type character with you know, bow and arrow and quiver. Here's an arrow. Now the arrows will rotate around the center, I think, by default, but this is really up to you. You can modify the arrows, for example, by going into the prop composer and just selecting the arrow and just moving it up a bit so that it's on that square, and put this little dot, this little point right here. So now this arrow rotates along that edge, along that point. So, you can attach an arrow to the hand and do all sorts of animations with it. Anyways, or you can, do the wings for a more traditional Icarus or Cupid type character. So in this case, let's kind of modify him into a Cupid character. Let's make sure this is linked. Let's see here. Let's go back into the character composer. So let's say this character is more of a fairy or like a mythological Cupid type character. We can easily go into the actor proportions area, and if we go to the stretchy route, you can make them a little bit more elfish or heroic looking, by adjusting the stretch factor. So you can do all sorts of modifications to him that way. Or we can go with the Hobbit option. 50% is usually pretty good for a Cupid style character. Let's see, 50%. There we go. Maybe make the head bigger so he looks more kid-ish. And that's it. We get out of there. So now he has like the proportions more of a classical Cupid type character. Let's make him a little more friendlier looking. Let's see, Sinister Ability, color, presets. Let's go with the eyes. Let's give him some baby blue eyes so it's not so scary anymore. And let's give him yellow hair. Let's see here. Hair. Let's use the yellow as a starting point, because this is going to be too yellow, I think. Actually, it's not too bad. And lips. Let's go with the skin tone. So there's more of a friendlier Cupid type character. Let's see. Where's my props? Sinister arrows. Let's put a Cupid's arrow here. And I'm not going to go through the process of actually animating this character completely because it might take a little long, but I will make a separate video demonstrating how to animate with him. So there it is, fully posed, and he looks like he just shot that arrow. I hope you guys, find this character easy and fun to work with. If you have any questions, feel free to just let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. I'm also going to release several other smaller videos where I'm going to demonstrate specific little operations, such as how to shoot an arrow, how to make this guy fly, how to do different little things with him. But for now, hopefully this video kind of gives you a good idea of how to assemble your character and how to get started with Icarus.